This is Jen.
And this is Chris.
And this is Spellbound Adventures. So here at Spellbound Adventures, we want to help you plan your next theme park adventure, whether it's Universal, whether it's going to Disney, maybe even a cruise. So please make sure you reach out to us for all your vacation planning needs. And that being said, today's video is actually part 3 of our series of things to do when you're not into doing roller coasters.
Absolutely. So we're going to do something a little weird in this video, as we're not going to talk about the theme parks at all. We're going to talk about City Walk, and we're going to talk about Disney Springs. Both are completely, well, not completely, but they're mostly shopping and food. They've got a few other things going on, but predominantly they're shopping and food. Two of my favorite subjects. So...
Two of my favorite subjects.
Absolutely, right? So why don't you tell us about Disney Springs?
All right. So one of the great things about Disney Springs, and kind of unusual for the Orlando area, is that it's absolutely free to get in Disney Springs. It's free to get in. It's free to park. The only thing you have to pay for is your food and whatever other things that you buy. So if you just want to go for a day and just walk around, you can.
Yes. So what's going to happen is when you arrive, you're likely going to park in one of the 3 garages. They're all named after fruit. Grapefruit, lime, and I don't remember what the other one was.
Yeah.
Something like those. We actually parked in the lime garage, which was more towards the center of the park. And so we walked in, and it brought us pretty much like right next to the Lego store. Now, I'm one of those weird people who still has yet to grow up, and I love Legos. I love Legos, I love Minecraft, all those kinds of things, which
Minecraft
is basically
Legos.
Well, it's digital Legos. I can't deny that. But if you have someone in your family who's big on Legos, and they've especially big on Disney sets, this is the place to go, obviously, because it's Disney Springs. They have all of the sets, and they have by far one of the largest brick walls where you can buy your individual bricks that I have ever seen in a Lego store.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And the I want to call them sculptures, but like what they have built outside of the store, absolutely amazing. Like,
so you have Star Wars, you have Frozen, and you have...
It's like a dragon in the water or something.
A dragon in the water,
yes.
yes.
So cool. Like, it's pretty amazing. And I'm not a huge Lego person, so.
Yep.
All right, so then after we did the Lego store, that's when we went over to the World of Disney store. This is where I really wanted to go to get my ears, because one of the YouTubers that I like to watch, that's where she gets a lot of her ears from, because they have a really good selection. And
I'll link to that video down in the description below.
Yeah, so there's a ton of stuff at this Disney store. It's not just clothing. You know, you have clothing, you have hats, you've got cups, you've got backpacks, bags, stuff for your house. It's a lot of different things. So what I really love about this is that they also cater their clothing to plus size needs. So obviously, I'm plus size. And obviously, I want to wear cute Disney or Universal shirts. What is really great is that, like, today I have on my Universal shirt, but I do have a Disney shirt though too. What is really great though is that both of these places do cater to a plus size person. So like, I can go in and I can get myself a really cute shirt if I want to. So maybe the next video I'll wear that. I don't know.
Absolutely. Sounds like a good plan. So about this time, so to set the stage for y'all, we actually drove down that morning. So we drove down, we dropped our stuff off at Luggage Services at the hotel, and then we headed over to Disney Springs. So we did a couple stores. Now at this time, my stomach is telling us it's time to eat. So Jen had picked out this place called Homecoming, and we kind of hooked it over there. Man, was it one of her better selections when it came to restaurants. They had these fried green tomatoes that were just amazing.
Delicious.
I mean, oh, they had this beautiful sauce on it. If you've ever had like that bloomin' onion sauce, it's very, very similar to this, but dialed up a notch.
It was so good. I also got a cocktail. It was called a moonshine, a moonshine mash. It was like watermelon infused moonshine with fresh watermelon, lime juice, and simple syrup. It was so delicious. In all honesty, all of our meals that we got, appetizer, meals, dessert, not one bad thing.
Yeah.
All amazing. And the service too.
Absolutely
Amazing.
Now, didn't you try to go over to Gideon's?
I did. So, okay, Gideon's Bakehouse. So they have a couple that you can either get in line to wait inside to get your baked goods, your cookies, and then leave, or you can get into a virtual queue. The virtual queue was probably going to be at least a half hour just to get my name on a list. So unfortunately, I had to pass on doing that because I was tired. And like you said, we'd already driven down from Georgia to Orlando, and I was just kind of ready to no.
Well, we had gotten a text that our room was ready, so we
Yeah.
headed back over to the hotel, and we crashed at that point. We didn't even go to the Christmas store. Now, I have alluded to in the past that we are ridiculous at Christmas.
We love Christmas.
And we'll probably post some pictures this coming year when we get, because we're all moved in at this point. Everything's unpacked. We can actually throw up our Christmas decorations. But I'll include a link down to Disney Springs map in the description below so you can see how big this place is.
Yeah.
It truly deserves the title of the seventh theme park. So why don't we switch gears and head over to City Walk. Now, Jen and I disagreed on this a little bit because I didn't really want to talk about things that you can do at home, like mini golf or go to the movie theaters or do escape rooms. But she does have a point.
Yeah. Even when you go on vacation, even when you're with your family and you've gone to a totally different state, what if there's a movie that came out that you and your whole family really wanted to see? City Walk has a movie theater. City Walk has mini golf. So what if you and your kids love to play mini golf? You can still do that over at City Walk. If you've never tried to do an escape room and you thought, hey, we're on vacation, we have the time, let's do an escape room. City Walk has that too. So even though you can probably do this where you live, I think it's kind of nice that you still have this opportunity over at City Walk. Maybe you get in late for the night and you don't have time to go to the parks.
That's
still
true.
Stuff to do.
So the escape rooms are Back to the Future and Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And then City Park itself has over 26 different places to eat.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I really didn't.
I'm not going to name them all off. We'll be here
I
too long.
was like, dang.
But because there's so many, what I did was I went in the other day and I said, okay, guys, both of you pick your two favorites. So Jen picked two, Mia picked two, and I picked two. And yours were?
Mine was Bend the Bao, which is these little bao buns. It's a fusion of Asian cuisine and has other ingredients including kimchi, fried chicken, pork belly, braised duck, Maryland-style crab cake, beef brisket, fried shrimp. Are you hungry yet? Because you should be.
Absolutely. And this is a quick service, too.
Yeah.
This is no needing of reservations. You just walk up, you get in line. I think the worst it's ever been for you is 15 minutes.
Yeah, so if you just want a quick snack, because they're not big, and you can get an assortment of 3. You can get 3 different flavors that you want, so maybe you're sharing them, or maybe you want to eat them all yourself. No judgment. But it's really fast.
I'm judging because I don't get any.
They're really good. And they're not that expensive either, in all honesty. So I think it's a great deal for what you get. And my second pick, which I feel like is a classic for City Walk. And if you've been to City Walk, you know I'm going to say it. Voodoo Donuts. Voodoo Donut is so good. And they have dozens of options. They even come out with specialty donuts throughout the course of the year for events. So a Mardi Gras donut, a Christmas donut.
Yeah, they have the King Donut for the Mardi Gras. They always have a special HHN one.
Yep.
And they usually have 2 or 3 special Christmas ones.
But really, they have all different, I think they have 3 different types of style of donuts. So that is just one of my favorite things to get to while we're there. And you can order that ahead and you can pick it up. So you don't have to even wait in line. Just order it on your app and then pick it up on your way out of the park.
Unless it's the middle of the summertime, in which case I would hard pass on that because it's not air conditioned where they store them and they kind of melt. So Mia's 2 favorites were, so she picked Cowfish. Now, I get it, it's a weird name, but if you look at the menu, it kind of makes sense. It's sort of a mix of hamburgers and sushi. And they have this thing called a cheeseburgushi.
It's so good.
And it's basically kind of like a sushi roll, but it's a cheeseburger. And I ordered it the last time we were there. I love my tempura shrimp and tempura crab and tempura lobster. Those are what I usually go for. We have one that's really close to the house, and it's fabulous. But I took a chance, and I ordered this thing because I saw it on the menu outside while we were waiting, and it was fabulous. Mia's second choice is Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. Now, this is like walking into the world of steampunk.
Yeah, it's fun.
They went to the moon with this. They've got stuff on the walls, they've got stuff on the ceiling, they've got a man dressed up as a robot, and the cast is fully on board with this. And most dangerously, they have a confection bar when you first walk in. Macarons. Oh, I just, if you have to watch your sugar levels, this is not a place to go. Now, this is very important. The larger sit-down restaurants like Cowfish, Toothsome, Jimmy Buffett, Hard Rock, you must make a reservation in advance. If it's during the busier times like spring break, middle of summer, you're looking at making reservations maybe even as much as a week or two out. Sometimes more. If you show up at the door during these busy times, one, there's a very good chance you'll be turned away, but two, you could be waiting several hours before they're going to be able to seat you. So just something to bear in mind. Also, places like Bubblegum Shrimp, they don't even take reservations. So best of luck for you in that.
Yeah, exactly. And I both Chris and I, we like to plan out. So we like to know when we have our dinner reservation. Just it makes it more enjoyable for us instead of getting somewhere and waiting for hours on end. So
absolutely.
That's no fun.
Now for my favorites, the first one I picked, I know you're going to think this is weird. It's Starbucks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just be honest. A lot of us start our day with coffee. And we usually leave early in the morning. Not quite like rope dropping early park admission, but we will leave early in the morning. So it'll be between 8:30 and 9:30. The line in the hotels for Starbucks is usually from here down the street and all the way over to Seattle.
It's very long.
And it takes a long time. Now, the line is only slightly shorter in City Walk, but they have the staff to support it.
Yeah.
I want to say the worst it was 10 to 12 minutes that you've had to wait. I mean, it hasn't been bad. It's been really, 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 really acceptable time-wise. Now, I love a good steak, and I love a wonderful smoked old-fashioned. So my restaurant, sit-down restaurant, again, make your reservations, is Big Fire.
Yes.
It's a whole production with the smoked old-fashioned. They make it right there in front of you. They'll fire the hickory. It's absolutely wonderful. So good.
Yeah, it is one of your favorites to get
Yes,
when we
it
go
is.
there. Last time you didn't get it, and you were kind of bummed that you didn't get it.
Well, the only other place that I've gotten an old fashioned that I love that much is actually at the Royal Pacific Hotel at that Asian fusion restaurant that they have in the lobby. That is so amazing.
Yeah, that was really good too. All right, so we've discussed some of our most favorite food options to get when we're at City Walk. And trust me, like as Chris said, there's tons more to choose from. But now let's discuss shopping. I love to shop personally, and I don't know about you, but when I go on vacation, I always find a need to buy things that I probably don't need, but I really, really want, so I get them anyway. So, sorry.
I think I'll clip a little section of my office in at this point so you can see how bad I've gotten when we do our Universal trips.
Yeah, he's just as bad as me, except we just buy different things.
Absolutely.
So they have two different Universal stores, and so these are large stores. The main store where you find all your favorite items, like in the Universal portfolio. So think of like, Harry Potter, think of like a lot of the like Minions, like that kind of stuff. You're gonna find that. So that's ranging from clothes to even dishes to wands, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and then there's the Universal Legacy store. And these are things, they do have stuff that's in their current IP, like they do have a little bit of Harry Potter in there.
Yeah.
But most of this is, like you would expect, some of the older things from years gone past.
Exactly.
They got Jaws, E.T., Back to the Future, the Monster Classics. Just stuff that really brings out the nostalgia. So it's totally worth making a trip into both of those stores. The Legacy store, granted, is much smaller, but it is still worth the trip. And beyond that, I mean, they've got other things like surf shops, bars, ice cream places, a tattoo parlor.
Yeah, there's a tattoo
Because you
parlor.
never know when you're going to be in the park and need a tattoo.
You're on a vacation, you just decide, you know what, I'm here on vacation, let's get a tattoo.
I mean, we're there every 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it's been more than, since we moved down here, I don't think it's been more than
since
6 or 8
July.
weeks that we have gone without actually being there. And we still haven't seen everything that they have to offer. Heck, there's even shows during the summer down on the stage near the water.
Oh yeah, don't forget that when you go to Universal Studios, sometimes when you get your park ticket, if they got a show going on, sometimes that's included with your park ticket. It's kind of hit or miss, but you could get a free show while you're there. You never know.
Yeah, and we're not talking about, Uncle Bob and his crew from down the street.
Right.
They just did their concert series, and they had people like Lauren Daigle, Maroon 5 was last year. I mean, we're talking big names. And if you happen to have a park ticket in that day, then you get to go see these things.
Yeah, so definitely maybe check that out before you even book your vacation if they're going to be having any concerts. Good to know, especially if that's something that you're really into. So as we keep alluding to this, there is way more to do than what we covered in this video. You really can spend your whole week, whether you're going to spend all your time in the parks, there is a lot more to do than just to ride a ride. So we want to make sure you consider that. If you would like more information on planning your own vacation, I'm a licensed travel agent. Please reach out to me, especially if you have any questions on what works best for you and your family. Every family is different, and that's why there's also several different hotels that fits your family's needs. So really, if you have questions, if you're not sure about something, maybe you even want a picture of something, please reach out to me. I'm going to help you.
Yeah, so if you want something in the comments, we also have our links to our Instagram and Facebook accounts. So if you want to direct message us, go ahead. We love hearing from people. So hit that bell notification. We're going to start talking about specifics like annual passes, I believe, is our next video.
Yes. So we're going to be going over the logistics of what those are. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay healthy, stay blessed, and we'll definitely see you in the parks.